because pretty much you're gonna find out in the highlights. You're just gonna watch. I would recommend the highlights.
So Drew, I haven't watched like WWE in like a whole month, and like I just feel refreshed, man, because I don't have any of that bad wrestling. Say I'm not feel like I'm wasting my whole Monday or whatever. But here's the thing, though, the G1. That's why the people are here. They're here for the G1. We're about to do this review, and it's me, liberal. Got that in a cat, you know, shit. Liberal heel with Tech Rail, aka Max, aka I'll turn the introduction into you.
What up, everyone? This is RevTech here. A bunch of other aliases behind that, but I'm glad to be here again, covering the G1 special.
Now, before we get deep into the review, let's get this out of the way. Neither me, I don't know about Tech, but I personally, I'm not a huge New Japan watcher due to the language barrier. Sometimes they have one commentary and not being able to witness the product. So before you get into the stuff, just give us a chance, and we're gonna give you some honest feelings on these matches. And
I'm gonna speak real quick if you don't mind. So me and American watched it kind of differently. I have the New Japan Network, so New Japan World, I pay 99 or 999 yen for the product. Because I fell in love right after what Wrestle Kingdom was it? 2 Wrestle Kingdoms ago with Okada and Kenny. I had to subscribe at that point. That just sold me to the product. At that point, that match was excellent. So here's the thing: on when you're watching it, you're watching it differently than I am because you get it different ways than I do. On New Japan on the World, you get English commentary, so you get Don Callas and one of my other favorite guys from ROH, one of the original, Kevin Kelly. Yeah, exactly. And I love it. It's fantastic. And they had Rocky Romero on commentary. And I was like, throughout each match, I was like, this is really good. And then you go and then you hear, I had something else in the background. Then you hear other commentators and you're just like, whoa, okay. 9-day difference. It's not scripted. It's like they're calling the action as they see it. And a lot of times I felt like Don Callis was just, I think he was just mesmerized by each match. So he kind of just started spitballing how he felt.
I like Don Callis. He always provides like some, I like commentators who use, you have information on why a move hurts, why somebody does this, their personality. They go deep into everything. I like that.
And I'll say this, New Japan Network has gotten me to pretty much cancel my WWE subscription at this point. Because they're just so good. You got so much stuff. They got so much of a good backlog, and you can go and watch so many good matches. So that's
well, I'm gonna say the G1 is pretty much the road to Wrestle Kingdom. This is where we find out who's gonna face in the main event. And it sets up a lot of stuff for, you know, the U.S. title, sometimes the tag title. I don't know.
Can you explain to me what is the G1? Because so guys, I'm really noob when it comes to New Japan stuff. So I'm very much noobish. I do know Wrestle Kingdom. I do know some of the stuff leading up to that. You know, some of the other events after that and stuff in America. But I don't know, what is the G1? What is the G1? What is it?
Basically, from what I can explain, it's a tournament of, I think, like 20 wrestlers. They're divided into A block, B block, 10 wrestlers on each side, and they each wrestle 9 matches or so, 9 or 10 matches. And at the end of the day, at the end of the tournament, the person with the most points in A block versus the person in B block.
So it's World Cup technically. It's like the World Cup technically. Basically. If you think about it, like the FIFA does. Okay, because I was very confused when I was watching, because what they did was on the New Japan Network is they have it for 6 hours. So when you go back in the video, it's all in one. So you get to watch each day 1 and then day 2 and then day 3 split up all into one. So 6 hours of goodness in between all of them.
Let me ask you something. when we do these reviews, do you want to also talk about the non-tournament matches, or do you just want to strictly focus on the matches that involve the G1 points and everything like that?
Well, what do you feel? What do you feel is the best? I'm good with whatever.
We can talk about non-tournament matches because sometimes some of the stuff implies to the G1 matches, and there might be some funny things that happen. So let's get into the first match. Sho and Tomohiro Ishii versus Yo and Toru Yano. Sho and Ichi defeated Yo and Toru Yano. Ichi hit the brainbuster on Yo. And the thing about this match was that the commentator was talking about how Yano, I love some fucking Yano. Yano, he's the lovable rule breaker, the guy who's always low blowing people and doing something like something heinous, but it's like you gotta love the guy. He says that, hey, look, I'm not gonna be doing any of that stuff at the G1. I'm going to be straight and narrow, show you that I can really wrestle. But in the end, his team loses because he's trying to turn off that new league. How'd you feel about this match?
Match was great. That brain buster at the end was good. There was a few moments in the match. There was some little like I felt with every match tonight or in the G1 day 1, 2, and 3. There was spots of like little comedy stuff that they were doing mixed in with they were trying to top finishers. We'll get more into how I feel. Who was the Zack Sabre Jr. He did a move that I've never seen him do ever, and it was that move was fantastic. But this match, I'll say this with every match. I'm not experienced enough with all the wrestlers because I butcher their names. But for the most part, each match kept me entertained. I was more glued to the screen than I was because that's how New Japan does. It goes on for minutes and you get a middle, beginning, and end. You get a storytelling through each match. And that's what I like about this match in particular. Good talents. I like the people that won the match. They're new. Sorry if I sound like a noob in this review. I'm very much of a noob now because I'm now starting to dive deep into New Japan stuff and starting to get used to new talents. So, and so are some of those talents, don't we get to see them in Ring of Honor too?
Yeah, like when they have the War of the Worlds, they'll bring over the guys. They Sho and Yo, they're tag team partners but for some reason during this climax, they've had them on opposite sides or teaming with other people. But they just had a match with the Briscoes. Damn, that match was good. If you don't watch that match, I don't know what you're doing with your life.
Was that the latest match that I saw from their last pay-per-view, wasn't it?
No, it was on the live. It was
live TV, okay.
Roppongi 3K versus the Briscoes, and they almost won that shit. Like Briscoes,
just Roppongi 3K is really good. I like them.
Next match, this is the blow off from what happened in San Francisco with the Tongans pretty much turning on the Bullet Club, but still being in the Bullet Club. Basically, the story is Tama Tonga and Tongaloa and Bad Luck Fale. They feel like the Bullet Club has become more silly. It's not serious. It's not about beating people up how it used to be when you had Prince Devitt, aka Finn Balor, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, basically beginning the Bullet Club where they were just steamrolling people using brute force. They feel like it's become
or even with AJ Styles, they were kind of doing that for a while there.
Yeah.
And then they fell apart, and you could see it as I did watch the San Francisco one and the special they had. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. You're in a weird predicament with the whole Bullet Club stuff. You're in a weird predicament. I don't know how you feel. Do you think there's gonna be a major breakup coming soon of the Bullet Club into 3 different factions?
Bullet Club. You got the Elite. You got the regular Bullet Club. And then you also have now the Firing Squad Bullet Club. So it's like 3 factions inside of Bullet Club. And
yeah,
the Firing Squad is just all the Tongans.
Well, it kind of reminds me of WCW, or
Yeah.
NWO started all this, where you had different you had the one faction, and then you had this, that, and the third between each thing, and then you have that kind of with AAA too, with their version of the NWO in a way too. If you follow AAA, I kind of do.
Well, the match was Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa defeating Juice Robinson and David Finlay. Juice Robinson, he's come a long way. If you don't know who the guy is, CJ Parker from NXT. Forget what you know about that guy. He's completely involved into a new character. Load of charisma, just won the New Japan US title. David Finlay, this is Finlay's son, and I know Don Callas said this guy has a lot of potential. I'm not seeing it yet. Like,
well, I don't see that with Juice Robinson.
You don't like Juice?
I'm not a fan. You know, I got in an argument earlier today when I was in a Twitch stream about how somebody's a huge Okada fan. And I said, you know, wouldn't it be something Okada when they switch the roles between Kenny Omega and Okada? Think about this: have Juice Robinson lose to Okada and have a build up for that. But I know they wouldn't do that. I know they wouldn't. But wouldn't it be something if they flip the script, and let Okada have the title for a while? Because so many people are disappointed that Okada doesn't have the world championship right now in his hands, or the IWGP world heavyweight title in his hand. A lot of people I've heard are upset because they're huge fans. I'm not a huge fan of Juice Robinson. I wasn't really a fan of him in NXT to begin with either. I just can't get behind him. I don't feel it.
Is it the goofiness? I mean,
who does it remind me of a lot? Bo Dallas.
Oh.
It reminds me so much of the believe and in your face and running around, and like all I want him to do now, when I watch him, I want him to say believe.
I can see that.
I want him to stop doing the whole like get serious. If you're a champion, I will give him credit. He played with a broken arm though, a hand or whatever was happening. I'll give him credit. At least he went out and fought.
Then we move on. Taka Michinoku. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the same guy from WWE who's like a veteran now. Now his role is pretty much he's Zack Sabre Jr.'s hype man, which not a bad spot for a veteran or whatever. They defeated Yoshihiro, I can't remember his name, Takahashi and Kota Ibushi. The main point of this match was that Zack Sabre Jr., the submission master, added the Michinoku driver, aka the Zack driver, to his repertoire, and he hit it on Yujiro Takahashi. I can't pronounce his. Sorry about that, guys.
So Andre's in the chat. I wanted to say to him real quick. Yes, an American a la carte should liberal heel should get his cat red shoes, and like do a video of him doing the red shoes, like the referee red shoes. It would be totally cool because he has his cat, and I'm like, that would work perfect. Get him some mini red shoes, and like have like a whole get. Yeah. All right. What's up, Andre? I hope you're having a good night, man.
Perfect. Well, let's see. How did you feel about that?
Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. Man. I love Zack Sabre Jr. I felt that he made a great move not going to WWE. Like, you see why. And the moves that he puts on, he's a submission specialist. It's great. I love it. I love him and Will Ospreay all day long. I'm cool. Like, technically, I'll say I would love to see if this happens, I would love to see a Zack Sabre Jr. match and a Daniel Bryan match. Technical for technical. You see, when I watch Zack Sabre Jr., I want to see the old red American, was it American Dragon was the Bryan's thing? If I remember it right. I'd like to just see that match. I hope Daniel Bryan does the right thing because he wants to be part-time, and possibly I could see him doing other things over being in WWE, but I know, knowing me, they'll probably throw him money. Zack Sabre Jr., great talent. And match was good. You could Zach. I like the fact Zack Sabre Jr. after the match. Did you see after the match he went up to um Ibushi and he just went right up to him and just started talking smack at him.
They called him a big kid.
Yeah, it was
you know,
great.
like I said, I got tired of being the best professional, the best technical wrestler, so I added something new.
I want to see what else. I want to see what else they add with. I hope Zach adds some more moves. I like him. He's really good.
Then you had Tatsuya Naito and Sanada defeating perhaps the most underrated guy in New Japan, and I really like this guy, Chase Owens and Kenny Omega. Sanada,
Chase Owens is good though.
I like his whole gimmick too, like
yeah,
crown juice. I like his move, his attitude, and everything like that. Sanada hits Skull End. That's a really cool man. Skull End on Chase Owens, basically a reverse Dragon Sleeper.
Was Sanada in? Was Sanada? I'm thinking of the right Sanada, right? The Impact Sanada, right? Yeah. Because every time I see him, I'm like, is that the Sanada that I remember from every time I watch pay-per-view from New Japan? Is that Sanada from Impact? He looks totally different to me. Like it throws me off. Is this like a new Sanada? Like he looks better.
More muscle, grew the hair out.
Yeah, looks way better. Sorry guys in the chat and everything. I am a noob. I am a noob to New Japan stuff, so a little bit. I don't know everybody.
The best part of this match, I don't know if you agree with this or not, is Sanada does this thing called the Paradise Lock. It's funny as hell when people try to mock him and do it. And Taylor, he tries to do it to Sanada. And then like he's like, how you do this? And the guy who invented the finisher, he's on commentary. And he runs up to him like, hey, how you do this? Are you doing this right? And then later on the match, Sanada, he does it. He like looks at the guy who made the move. He's like, thumbs up. The guy gives a thumbs up back.
I get where you were talking about there. I think it's pretty funny. Like people try to copy his moveset. It's pretty funny. But I know where you're coming from though. Totally. What you're talking about. I saw the match. What was the other thing? Kenny Omega, there was a few spots with him in that match where he was talking like riddles and stuff. I was like, okay.
Tonight.
All right. that was pretty the riddles. I feel like and I know this is a side note, but I feel like Kenny Omega should come out as the Joker. Sometimes with his riddles that when he's in a match, he's talking riddles. Like if you hear throughout the commentator and you hear a little bit, you hear him giving riddles to each wrestler. Like in his own little like gimmick that he does with the whole mind games. It's kind of cool.
Well, let's get into the first round of G1 matches. I just say Makabe. I can't. So many exact names I can't pronounce. But Makabe defeated Yoshihashi in a what can I call this match? A surprisingly good match because Yoshihashi, look, I hate to say this about any wrestler, but it's not clicking. Like he'll have sparks of greatness here and there, but for the most part, man, like it's like Don Callas said in day 2. Maybe Yoshihashi should just give it up and become a tag team wrestler because the spark's not there, something's not clicking, and it's somewhat embarrassing. Like Makabe defeats Yoshihashi with the King Kong knee drop from the top rope, and
that's a nice move.
Yeah,
that's a nice move. And the other guy you're talking about should be a tag team wrestler. I'm kind of inexperienced with this, but I kind of see what you're coming from, and I can see what Don Callis was talking about on the mic though, or on the commentary staff. I can totally see, like this is the first time I'm experiencing those two, so that move off the top rope was pretty sexy. Like I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty nice, simple, and it just makes me go, why can't we get this in America? Like tournaments like this, I kind of like that. Match was good. Most of the matches, I'll tell you for the tournament, most of the matches I was just watching. I was quiet and just watching. And sometimes I turned off the commentary noise so I could just watch it. You know what I mean? Because I like to watch good moves and stuff. But Don Callis, most of the commentary was really good. Don Callis sells matches, man. That's what I love about him.
He's in that
He's
JR style. Like he makes people good. He makes people good with his commentary.
and Kevin Kelly. I would like to. I don't know. Is Kevin Kelly still with Ring of Honor? No, he definitely needs to be signed with Impact immediately. Like Josh Matthews off the mic, but you know, I would love to see him and Dog and Callis together, just doing Impact Wrestling. I would just listen to them over the. I'm saying just because I'm a fan. Match was good though. I liked it.
Then moving on, you had Hangman Page defeating Bad Luck Chair, aka Fale, via disqualification. Really like hard hitting match. Page, goddamn, I've never seen a guy his size take down Fale the way he did. Like he hit him with that stiff ass clothesline over the top rope, and then he hit that what do you call it? That shooting star press on the outside corner. But in the end, the Tongans, aka the Fireman Club, helped Fale beat up Page to cause the disqualification. And you see where Fale is going to go in this tournament. Pretty much, if he has a Bullet Club member in his sights, they're getting beat down no matter the cost. Fuck the points. And
I saw that match. I saw that match. It was really good. Like that shooting star press he hit, it was pretty good. What was that? What was that move that he hit on the side when they were doing the counting on the side? He hit him with the clothesline. That was pretty good. And then you had what was it at the end of the match? You had some little like up riffs with Bullet Club a little bit at the end, and then like Hitman Page was pulling out the rope, his signature, like the rope, and it was good storytelling actually, and it was funny. He was walking to the ring slow. It's kind of funny, but I like this. I like this. Any Bullet Club member I find, I'm gonna beat the crap out of. Kind of reminds me what's going on with a different organization right now with the whole was it LAX versus OG LAX? Kind of within.
well, it's Bullet Club is a little bit bigger, so it's more infighting. But I get that same thing of infighting.
Yeah.
Then next you had Michael Elgin, Big Mike, defeating Evil, aka I forgot his name, but everything is evil. This was I keep saying this hard hitting match, but damn, this shit was really good. Like Michael Elgin, who would have thought now from watching him in Ring of Honor that he would go to New Japan, be a like multiple time champion in the company, and put on like every time he goes into a match, like single match, he delivers some of the best matches on the card. He gets his arm injured by Evil, and he still uses it and knocks the holy shit out of Evil with lariats, punches, clotheslines, and in the end, he beats Evil with first he hits him with Splash Mountain Powerbomb, then Buckle Bomb, then a Elgin Bomb. That's a lot of bombs. So
Michael Elgin's a great talent. Literally great talent. Ring of Honor, I remember him in Ring of Honor. I loved him in Ring of Honor, and I love him in New Japan. This match had a lot of finishers. I would say finished 1-2, finished 1-2, and then I thought Michael Elgin was hurt. Like physically, I thought he was hurt when he was touching his, when he's holding his shoulder. If you noticed, he was touching his shoulder and arm, making sure that he didn't break it in place, and then kept going. And then the clotheslines left and right. And then did you see him when he hit the other dude square up? And man, when he hits, it's no joke. It's like getting hit by like he kind of reminds me of that wrestler MMA kind of guy where you hit hit him in the jaw and you could see the spit coming out their mouth kind of deal. Michael Elgin kind of in a way. I've always liked Michael Elgin, and then that bomb he does is really good.
Then moving on, you had the Ace, the John Cena, but that can wrestle, of New Japan, Tanahashi defeating the lunatic, the madman, the king, Minoru Suzuki. First, before I even describe this match, have you ever seen Minoru Suzuki before this?
No.
What are your thoughts on Minoru Suzuki, like, before I get into the description of this match? After seeing this,
Entertaining. Entertaining with move in the move set. I mean, most of the new. I'll say this about most of what I saw, or most of the G1. Entertaining move sets. Mostly glued to my screen. With him, I was mostly glued to my screen. And Tanahashi, I love.
Yeah. Like, beginning of this match, Minoru Suzuki, he just grabs Tanahashi and puts him in like a submission for like 15 minutes or so. And then he's like hitting Tanahashi with all this punishment, Tanahashi trying to mount offense, and Minoru Suzuki's just no selling it. Like, is that the best you got? Hit me harder. And then during the match, he only had like a couple moves. He hit this move I've never seen before, and that shit looks fucking wicked. That inverted dragon screw leg. I didn't even know you could have a fucking dragon screw leg. And Minoru Suzuki, he sold it like a. I've never, ever heard Minoru Suzuki scream in pain. As soon as he got hit with it, the man felt like a ton of brick, like he had got shot, and he started screaming. That shit was amazing. And then Tanahashi wins with the high fly flow. But bro, if I'm in WWE, or any like American company, I'm still there. And that shit looked fucking wicked. Like it looked like it looked like a match ender, a setup for like a submission. That shit was awesome.
Like I said, with this match, I like I'm a fan. I'm biased. I'm so biased. I like Tanahashi. And anytime I see him getting hurt, it kind of makes me sad. You know, makes me sad. Even when he had his knee injury. I gotta say I'm gonna butcher his name. The guy you're talking about, I'm gonna butcher his name. I know it. Yeah, what's his name? Sorry.
Minoru Suzuki.
Minoru Suzuki. Okay, I know I'm gonna butcher his name hardcore. So Sonora Suzuki, another submission specialist, and I like the fact that he did right off the rip. Honestly, right off the rip, that within 8 seconds, that move, great match. Honestly, great match. And I'm sorry that I misheard what you said. Sorry. Somebody was texting me. I do apologize on the review. Great match. The only thing I will have to say is it just me? Was that a 6-man tag? Was that a 6-man tag? Because most of the matches I saw were 6-man. Like most of them.
There's just a lot of people around the ring and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was kind of confused. I'll say this: most of the G1, I was very confused because matches were going by fast, and there were so many people in the ring. I was getting thrown off, if you know what I mean.
And then at the end of the match, this is how you know Suzuki's a tough bastard. His knee has just been fucking demolished.
Is Suzuki the one with the bald head?
Yeah, the bald head and the crazy haircut.
Oh, okay, so now I know who you're talking about. Okay, the one that got his head shaved a long while back ago, lost the match, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he's insane.
His knees just been fucking demolished. And usually like, they give him help to the bag and some ice. This motherfucker gets out of the ring. Not only tosses the young boy helping him, he tosses his own stablemate for trying to help him and tosses the ice into the crowd or wherever and walks back like, I don't need no fucking help. Fuck that shit. I'm the man. I'm walking out on my own volition. I don't need any help. That if that doesn't scream badass to you, I don't know what does.
It gives you that look too. I like when he walks off the ring, he gives you a look. Like, I took all this punishment, but this is nothing. And I like the fact what movie does he do? He does this leg lock move that I like. Beautiful leg lock move. Like, I'm just like, it's taking like Daniel Bryan's leg lock like he does on what he did on Big Cass, and then amplifies it. And it feels like when you look at it, it looks sadistic. Like he's gonna break the guy's knee in two.
There was one point in the match where he had that same move you were talking about, but then he also tweaked the guy. He tweaked Tanahashi's ankle at the same time.
Yeah. And then what's the other one? I like when he gets up, and if you see it, he'll get up while you're in the leg lock, and he'll literally spin you around. And then drop down onto your leg and even make it even more sadistic. And I'm like, geez, okay. Like, I thought at one point he broke the guy's leg, literally just broke it in like half.
And Don Callas is selling like, "Oh my God, come on, you got to stop the match."
Yeah.
His career could be over with. I'm like, God damn, Don Callas.
Is this really fair? Don Callas, he's like, is this really fair? You know, you have a submission specialist. Is this really fair?
Tanahashi, he's been hearing this injury for like years. He's facing Suzuki.
The man just broke his knee, and I like his leg. You're gonna really put him in a match like this? You know, the face of New Japan. And I'm like, that's great. It sells you the match, and I like Don Callis for doing it. Sells the match, and you feel, and then also too at Tanahashi, you feel as the match gets built, you feel the crowd loves him, so you get that uproar, that pumping up in the match. That's the one thing.
Then you had the main event. Jay White. Are you ready for this? Jay White, Switchblade. Jay White defeated the legendary Okada. What the fuck is going on? But let me explain this right here. This is Okada's first G1 after losing the title to Kenny Omega, and he's reset completely. Gone are the golden locks of Okada. Gone is the entrance of the fake $100 bills.
Yep.
You got a different music set, more frantic, more high paced, and Okada is not the same Okada. Like, he comes out with the balloon, and it's a frantic Okada. I can't explain it right now because I guess he's still trying to develop the character, but this is not this. It's like Kota said, the pressure's also he can relax. He can do more things because his name's already in the history books. The longest reigning IWGP champion, longest the most title defenses. There's nothing really he can do, so he can relax. Red hair, he can be, you know, however he wants to be. But now here's the dilemma. You got Jay White, another member of his organization, Chaos, who wants the top spot, and he is not playing any fucking games. He wants the top spot, and he will do any devious thing to get it. Noticed by him beating Okada with not only a steel chair, but I think he hit a low blow, and also he hit the Blade Runner finisher. Your thoughts on this whole thing?
So the Jack what is his name? Jack White, right? Am I saying his name?
I just say Switchblade.
Okay, Switchblade. Okay. I call him Switchblade anyway because that's how I know him, because of his promos that he did when he was fighting Kenny Omega, which I liked. That's what I call him. Okada, I'm gonna tell you, Okada, I honestly like the fact that he got rid of the money. In fact, I am grateful he got rid of all the crap, and is now gonna. I'm hoping, this is what I hope, that he starts winning matches and they build him up as a redemption. I'm gonna get my title back, badass, and I'm hungry, or how can I say it? Like a feel good story to lead up to the title. I lost everything, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna be this more serious individual.
it kind of feels like though Okada doesn't even really care about the title. It seems like he's like relieved he doesn't have the title.
Well, yeah, too, because he was under the pressure. He was the face, New Japan face. And the reason why they gave it to Kenny Omega, because Kenny Omega wants to, he wants to stick in New Japan from here on in the future. But you can see with Okada, it's serious with him. That's why I said if you want to give him a title right now, give him the United States title or the US title or whatever they're calling it. Why? Because it would work. Flip it. You know what I mean? Kenny Omega, him, flip the, the championships, between the two. I don't know. I'm very weird when it comes to that. I agree with some people with that. I like Juice Robinson, but you could tell he's hurt, and I don't know how long he'll have the title for.
I see probably Tonga Loa, Tonga. They might settle for that at.
See, he should have a singles push, man. Tonga, definitely. Want the big beard? Hell yeah, give him a singles push. I've seen him for a long time. I mean, even with the old Prince Devitt stuff, he's been around for too long. Give him a singles push finally. He needs it.
He's Roman Reigns with charisma and personality.
He's a better Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And he's a badass. I like him in the Seth Rollins kind of suit kind of deal. He comes out and I like the moves that he does. I believe he does does he do a fog splash?
No, he does do one in the corner, like he does a corner splash from like the halfway of the ring, but his finisher is the gun stun, aka a jumping RKO.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like the interceptor kind of deal.
Yeah, that's how he won the match. He hit the gun stun on.
Yeah, that move at the end, and then he looks back at the guy like, I'm just gonna walk back in my corner with some swagger.
Well, I do this. I'm gonna move on to day 2. That way, tomorrow or whenever we can do day 3, so
gotcha.
We can catch up.
I do again. I'll say this throughout the review. I do apologize to everybody. I know that sounds terrible. I'm very much of a rookie when it comes to New Japan stuff. So if I get anything wrong, I do apologize ahead.
So day 2, first match: Hangman Page and Chase Owens defeat Young Boy Shota. I can't remember his name. And Michael Elgin. Chase Owens hits Shota with the jewel heist. How can I describe jewel heist? He wraps his arm. He wraps the guy's arm behind his own back, and then he hits a clothesline, trapping the arm. I don't know what you call that, but he calls it the jewel heist. Pretty okay match. Then you had Evil and Ibushi defeating Yoshihashi and Sho. I like Ibushi as far as junior heavyweight, but the main story was that Evil's
cool.
Yeah, I like his whole thing. Evil, not only did he hit Yoshihashi with everything is evil, his finisher, but he beat them. He finished the match by hitting Sho with his new submission called the Banshee Muzzle right in front of Yoshihashi, who he's going to face on day 3. So a little bit of an intimidation factor from Evil. And I like how Don Kyle said this. Evil not even showing any wear and tear for the Elgin match, not giving a fuck, pretty much just moving on, not thinking about the loss. What you got to do in this tournament. And
Evil's a great talent. I'll say this: Evil's a great talent, though. Sorry for interrupting there. Evil, man, dude. Like, to me, like he just, I don't know. I feel like he's one of those guys that just spits on the ground and keeps going. Like, this doesn't hurt.
I think Evil's gonna probably face Chris Jericho for that IC title because they had some kind of promo thing before Jericho split.
Yeah, well, to me, have you? I'm sorry, I know this is not G1, but Chris Jericho, why did we not see him anywhere with the title? Why is he, like he said, like at the end in interviews after the fact, to the press, like he was gonna hold this, he was gonna go to the restroom with the title, he was gonna do this, but every time I see him on everything, he doesn't hold the title. You're a champion.
belt on his cruise. Like he has that Cruise of Jericho. He's defending the belt on there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's no the title. Like you don't see him in pictures. You don't see him representing the title. You know what I mean? Wouldn't you be proud of that? To me, like if you're starting a feud with somebody like Evil, wouldn't you like want the title to be seen on all social media? And I'm a badass champion. Look at me, Canadian champion. I don't know. I just
He'll be back like during the end of the G1 to like attack somebody. Somebody's getting attacked by Jericho.
Well, it doesn't not okay. I'm confused with New Japan. Does New Japan have rematch clauses? Do they have rematch clauses? Because isn't Naito like deserve a rematch? He lost the title. Wouldn't he want to get his title back instead of having a new feud with Evil and Jericho? I'm so confused with this.
Yeah, if this is on them on Naito to revoke it and invoke it, or Naito, he's the type of character to where they could probably get away with that, saying Naito didn't care about the title and he wants the world title, like because Naito, his character is I don't give a fuck no matter what you do, so they could maybe get away with that. But I see what you're saying about that. Like, yeah, Naito should be in line for a title rematch. Then you have Minoru Suzuki and Desperado versus Maccabi and I can't pronounce this guy's name. But anyway, Suzuki and Desperado end up getting the victory. Suzuki pretty much getting, softening up Maccabi for their match on day 3. And he ends up hitting finally, like after all this time, like Suzuki, he always tries to go for this gotch power driver. He finally ends up hitting it on basically a young boy.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And that's Don Cal. He was talking about this. Minoru Suzuki, he'll like put a sleep on for like 2 seconds and then try to go for the gotch power driver, and it doesn't work. So he's pretty. This is his whole thing. Like he'll try to go for that gotch, no matter what. And sometimes it can be his detriment, even though he's a great technical wrestler.
Yeah.
Then you have Bad Luck Fale and Tangaloa defeating Okada and Gotoh. Nothing really to this match besides at the end, Bad Luck Fale tried to hit Okada with the Bad Luck Fall on the outside, basically the border toss. And Okada is going to face Fale in day 3. So that's going to be an interesting match. Then you had Tanahashi and Finley defeat Jay White and Yo. Jay White tried to get Yo to come to the dark side of chaos. He told Yo, "Hey, look, hit Finley with the steel chair so we can win or solve him up or whatever." Yo says no. It's weird. I'm rhyming like that, but and then Finley hits him with a jumping stunner and wins the match.
I like that. I like the jumping stunner or their sling. I even like who's another wrestling talent does a really good off the top rope stunner. Ember Moon. I just something to do with the stunner. I like stunners are fantastically done if the person sells it right. See, that's the thing. The Rock was the best person ever to sell a stunner.
Speaking of, I saw Skyscraper. That's a good movie.
You've seen it already?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. The match was good. I mean, this is one of the matches that I was watching in between the Extreme Rules, but I'll say really fantastic match. That Gotch pile drive, like it kind of reminds me of, and I know I talk about other wrestlers all the time when I do reviews with American here. Cesaro with the Gotch neutralizer. Like, he wants to do it, and then when he does it, it doesn't go too well. It's like it feels that way to me with him, Suzuki. It really does. The move that he keeps trying to do, and then when he does it, you're just like, man, that is a great hell of a move.
And nobody kicks out of it. That's
no one kicks out of it because there's so much build up to the move. Like he does it he tries to do it so many times.
Then you have I'm getting to tournament matches. Ichi defeated his sometimes tag team partner Toriyanu. The thing about this match was Toru Yano, he's in this tournament, he says he's trying to turn over New League. He's going to show you that he can wrestle. He's not just a comedy character. And Mandy, he proved it. Like, he's hitting belly-to-belly suplexes. He's putting in a couple of wrestling moves. But he still, he can't resist the urge to take off the turnbuckle pad. And there were points in the match where he would send Ichi into the turnbuckle, exposed turnbuckle. He would get into the turnbuckle. And this is where it gets interesting.
So you feel like the match fell flat? Like the disconnect was there?
I feel like it was a great match, but here's the thing. Ichi, he pulls one over on Yano. He low blows Yano. And
I seen that.
Bro, I'm like, Ichi low blow Yano. I can't even believe that. And here's Yano. He was out wrestling Ichi. So
yeah.
It's just like, okay, Ichi, he can he can low blow people and do all that stuff, but he can actually wrestle. And that goes into the thing of people forget these guys are playing characters. Hey, you might see Santana Morella. He's doing all the funny stuff. The guy can kick your head off and beat your ass. He's playing a character. Yano, for all we know, he could be one of the best wrestlers there. He's playing a character. And
see, what I like about New Japan is they give you a beginning, middle, and end, literally within a match. You know, their storytelling through the match itself. That's what you saw in that match. I don't know the two wrestlers very well, so I could tell that, you know, I'm a fan. I'm the fan of the one that kept taking the turnbuckles off. I thought that was pretty funny.
The one of the best parts was Ichi. Ichi known for like taking tremendous punches. He has that thick neck and head.
Yeah.
And Ichi, he tells Yano, keep hitting me. Keep what you hit me like a pussy. Keep doing it. And Yano, he completely begs Ichi, like almost knocks him cold. I'm like,
keep hitting me. You know what I mean? Keep hitting me kind of moment.
Fighting spirit.
Yeah, fighting spirit. Yeah. I like the fact that when you watch that kind of match, did you notice like they were all beat red and from all the hitting of the chest that they were doing?
And these guys are supposed to be tag team, but they won the tag title multiple times too. That's the weird thing about it.
The match was good though. I see. Like I said earlier when you were talking about this match, I said, you have a beginning, middle, and end. There's a storytelling, and they tell you a story. That match had the storytelling. You had the goofing around, taking the pads off, and then you have the feel good part of it where he gets up. He says, "Beat me some more. I want." You know, he hulks up, technically Hulkamania, you know what I mean? And you have that good part of the match, and then you have the finish where it gets really interesting where they're doing finishers against each other. And then you have that story. That's what you saw in the match.
I did not expect Ichi to hit a low blow. Like, that's still surprising to me.
And you don't expect Shinsuke to do it either, but you see it. And you're just like, whoa, okay. Shocking.
Then you have
Did he do that when the referee was not looking?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, but the thing was, Yano, he was also trying to low blow him. Like,
gotcha.
He was trying he tried to hit like 6 low blows in this match. But like every time he tried to do it, like the referee saw like, oh, and then like one time he tried to do it, and the referee almost got a low blow. The referee's like, whoa, watch yourself. So Yano, one of my favorite wrestlers in New Japan. Then
I'll have to check more of him. I'll have to check out more of him.
I think he's gonna be. I don't know who he's gonna be facing in day 4, but I know it's gonna be somebody good. Then you have Tama Tonga defeating Juice Robinson with a gun stun. Juice Robinson gets distracted by Tama Tonga's brother, and pretty much is gonna be
setting up for a feud.
Tama Tonga, Juice Robinson, U.S. title.
Yep.
Then Gotoh defeated Sanada. Gotoh hit his.
Gotoh's pretty good. I like him.
He hit like I don't know why his finish. It seems reversed. Like His finisher is the GTR, the Gotoh Revolution. He either hits it reverse or regular. The regular way is like where he has the guy sort of like in the Scorpion Death Drop position, and he comes around and hits him with the elbow drop onto the knee.
Yeah.
But the front way is where it looks like a complete decapitation because he holds the guy in like a front, like sort of like a 1% style. But then he comes down on the back of his neck and drives his face and neck into his knee. I'm like, why is that the setup move? That seems like it should be reversed. The GTR should be the setup.
The setup before the other move.
Yeah, because it looks so, especially when he did a draping reverse GTR. Like he had Sanada draped on the top rope, and then he came down and drove Sanada's face into his knee with his elbow on the back of his neck. I'm like, hold up, that's not the finisher.
But dude, when you have New Japan wrestlers breaking their neck while doing these moves, man, it's like, damn, the shit they put themselves into. Pardon my English, sorry. The match is great. And what I like about Gotoh is that he does these moves, and you just like, damn. You're just like you're like, damn. Like when he does it, it's good. Sanada's I was surprised Sanada took that. Like really wasn't dead or hurt badly. When I saw him hit hard like that, I was like, damn, I thought you were hurt.
Then you have Kota Ibushi in an upset victory against Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre was putting Kota Ibushi in like so many finishers. He worked on his I think left or right leg, like thigh, knee, ankle, foot, completely worked it over. And Kota Ibushi somehow, some way, found a way to win. He hit Zack Sabre Jr. in the end with, I can't pronounce the name of his finisher, but basically he holds the guy's arms completely like exposed and knees him as hard as he can in the face. Lights out. But during the match, he tried to hit that move. Zack Sabre Jr.
It's like a reverse double stomp. Like it's basically like a standing can I say it's like a standing what does Finn Balor do? Top rope, coup de grace. It's like a standing coup de grace with like instead of using your legs, it's knees.
Yeah, but instead like your guy on his knees and like he's holding your arms out and yeah, just like knee right to your face. So it's a complete knockout blow.
That was interesting. That was the first time I've seen that from Kota Ibushi, though. You see, I love Kota Ibushi, but that was the first time I've seen it. You know what I mean?
He uses Splash Mountain or something like that.
He usually gets on the rope and does that one move that he's well known for.
That shooting star type thing.
That shooting star press. But I noticed since his neck injury or since he's aggravated a little bit more, I noticed he's been doing other finishers to finish matches. He's been going away from it.
I like how Zack Sabre midway through the match, Kota tried to hit that same finisher, and Zack Sabre he's using his own knee to counter it and then put Kota in the submission.
A good move though.
Yeah. But then you have this one point where Zack he's slapping Kota and Kota's like, this motherfucker slapping. I'll show you how to slap. Wow, just completely levels Zack Sabre. And I like again Don Callas. I like his description.
He's spot on.
Zack Sabre. He's like, okay, Zack Sabre, he's not really muscular and tall. I mean, he's not really muscular and like really big because that's not his style. He's a submission guy. He's lean because he wants to use his long limbs to like lock people up. He wants to be able to move freely. If you're big, you have less fluidity in your moves and you can't really be as great as you can of a submission specialist. You have to give up a lot of, you have to sacrifice your muscle mass and your weight in order for you to have that mobility in your limbs.
Yeah. Zack Sabre, I was surprised he didn't do the Kamushku driver.
He was setting up for it though.
I know he was, but it's like, why you know, if you're having a big tournament like this, when you pull that out. But Kota Ibushi doing the upset, I knew why they were doing it because they gave Zack Sabre Jr. earlier in the days a victory. So now it's even 1-1, and maybe they'll have a feud going forward.
That is possible. It's hard to see.
Isn't he the three? Isn't he the never open champion? Three man.
No, that's
Zack Sabre Jr.
That's Hangman Page and the Young Bucks. They're the 6-man champion.
Okay, so because he was I'm thinking way back when they were when he was a champion of something.
I think he was with Suzuki. Like he's
okay.
Suzuki gun with Minoru Suzuki, and I think they did win the 6-man. If I'm not mistaken, I think they did win the 6-man tag team title.
The next time American Alucard mentions this guy, he should say the bald guy with the cut, with the lines in his on the sides. Then I go, oh, that guy. Yes, I know him, because I get confused between names. I really get confused between names in New Japan because there's so much talent, and like you get confused because there's so many guys in actual New Japan. I have a question. So in New Japan, this is my question: is there a women's division?
There is not a women's division.
Like, I'm surprised with that. But, I mean, they have a new owner now. I mean, a new guy that runs it. He's English, from what I've seen.
But there are like 6 women's promotions in Japan, and they all thrive. So it's not like the women are misrepresented. It's just they aren't on New Japan because most of them are signed to all those other promotions. So
that's why, okay.
If they
why not a Ring of Honor thing though? If they have their partner to Ring of Honor, why couldn't they have like Ring of Honor over on?
They have Stardom. Like Ring of Honor is partnered with Stardom.
Oh, okay. So that kind of just okay. All right. Okay, I was just confused. Like I don't see women a lot of times when I watch Ring of or New Japan stuff, and I'm like, where's the? I thought they were trying to be a big organization. Where's the women's division? I get confused with that.
It's a different culture over there. Like the women's wrestlers, they can have their own promotion because wrestling is more of a bigger culture over there. So their promotions thrive as long as you have good talent.
Got you.
Then you had the main event. Kenny Omega defeated Tetsuya Naito. Damn, this match was good. Like best part of the match was when Naito he tried to go for the third Destino, and Omega counters it into a tombstone pile driver.
Yeah, I seen that.
That was sick.
One thing with Naito matches I like is the finishers. He does tons of them. Like, and then there's like a storytelling to build up to the next one. And then they go back and forth trading blows. That's what I like about Naito in that match.
That was another part of the match. Like when they began the match, Naito he comes out in this whole suit thing. He's taking off, and Omega gives him his look like,
"Are you serious?"
Time, bro. Come, what are you doing? And then Naito does it. I know you probably know the spot. Naito he'll throw somebody out of the ring, and then like he'll like fake like he's going for a dive, and then he'll roll in and hit the Evil Eye. But instead, this time he faked like he was going for a dive, spits on Kenny Omega, then fakes for another dive, and then hits the thing. I'm like, Naito, stop being the lovable bad boy. Stop doing it, bro. You're too cool. It's too cool, bro.
He's too over. That's the thing to do it. He's too over. Wasn't that his heel kind of deal? Wasn't that if I remember right? Wasn't it kind of his heel thing when he was going through transitions?
It was somebody. I love when he did that shit. Like he came to the ring and like he kicked the title. It was somebody in WWE. I was talking with T-Sean. I was like, somebody in WWE needs to do that shit, and they would be so fucking old. Who was it? Oh my god.
Was it Chris Jericho? Was it Jericho match that you're talking about where he kicks the title over? Naito?
No, I said Big E should win the title, right? And Money in the Bank. And he should go on the whole thing like, oh, I'm glad I won the championship for Black World Champ. But you know what? Fuck this championship and just throw that bitch and just always be kicking that shit to the ring and sweeping this shit like he does in the New Day. But do it funny style, like sweep it, toss that shit somewhere, put in his, like, I hate to say it, put it in the bag of his trunk and his booty. Like just do all kind of weird shit with the title. Like
guys, when I do reviews at American, he's so creative. Like seriously, he should be in the creative team. Like he'd come up with so much shit. It's hilarious.
could
It's
you
so hilarious.
add that shit? Like if first of all, it would be a big deal for Big E to win the title.
Imagine Big E just taking the title and turning it into a pancake title.
Bro, dipping the title, like I don't give a fuck about this title, dipping it into the pancake batter and just throwing this shit everywhere.
That would be hilarious, dude. You could see Vince McMahon right now. Oh man, Big E, you're fired. You don't do that kind of crap on my television.
I'm making pancake with the title.
You can see it now. Vince McMahon losing it. You can see it now. Big E, you're fired. He's released.
Corey Graves on top. Look at Big E. He doesn't have no respect for the title. He's kicking it around the floor, smearing pancake batter everywhere. What kind of champion is this guy?
Now imagine this. You have a segment. I'm not trying to be mean. They take him to like a restaurant and like Big E's is like, forget this title, man. Forget this title. I'm just gonna dump all the food on it and just eat from the title. Screw it. This is my title. I can do whatever I want. I'm a hungry man. I can see him doing something like that. But the thing is with I know it's different promotion. I know it's not supposed to be meant for this review, but he needs to get away from the New Day, honestly.
I thought they would do that at Money in the Bank. I thought he was gonna come out and like knock Kofi off the ladder or something like that.
Do you agree with this one real quick? Do you agree with me that Xavier Woods, the big sensation he is right now with up, down, and all this, do you think he should be the first ever? I mean, well, a big major star to win a world title? I think he should. He's way over though.
He's over, but as far as a total package, like believable as a world champion, I would say Big E. Big E has the size. He can talk on the mic. He can go heel or face, and he's young. Like,
well, I would like to see Xavier Woods win something. Xavier Woods is so entertaining. I would like to see him be champion somewhere.
I would say IC title.
IC title would be good. I just
cruiserweight title.
Is I liked him as Constable Creed. Consequences Creed. I did like him as that for some reason. Like have him like build up like Apollo Creed. You know what I mean? Like Apollo Creed. Build him up. You know what I mean?
Consequences. When he was teamed with Jay Lethal.
I liked Jay Lethal though back then when he was doing the whole making fun of Ric Flair. It was great. It's great. Good television. Anyway, I know we're getting off track. My bad.
Well, the last thing, and you brought this to my attention, Hogan back reinstated into the WWE and their Hall of Fame. For people who don't know, Hogan was banned from WWE 3 years ago or so for saying some pretty racist things on a phone call that was
it was actually a sex tape.
Was it?
It was a sex tape. He was talking to somebody else, and his daughter was dating an African American guy, and he said he didn't want his daughter dating a blankety blank, and we know the rest is history. And that tape got released by Gawker, and Gawker. What happened with Gawker was they lost in court because I think it's the law. In any state, you can't record somebody without their consent. It was done by his best friend, I guess, Hulk Hogan's best friend, illegally.
Oh, shit.
And it was sent to Gawker for tons of money. So Gawker lost in court. They went belly up because of it. They were trying to be like TMZ. They went belly up, and Hulk Hogan won millions of dollars and bankrupt the company, technically.
Before I let you talk about this, I'm mixed on this. For one, I hate invasions of privacy. You know, it's something he said privately. But then on the other hand,
I believe he was having sex with a woman, I think it was. And it was a video sexting. It was a video, you know how you record, when you're with somebody having, the nasty. I believe that's what happened. And his friend, he didn't even know he was being recorded. His friend was recording it. He was in his buddy's house and they were getting down, I guess. That was the whole thing leading up to this point. And I guess Where he got fired for was WWE is not gonna, WWE's the whole, those movements and everything. You know what I mean? They're you're not gonna say, they're corporate, of course. You're not gonna say, they jumped the gun on a lot of things. Look at Enzo Amore, look what happened with that. And Rich Swann, look what happened with that. They jumped the gun on both of those situations. Same with Hulk Hogan. No, just because they didn't have the whole facts. You know what I mean? We just dissected one word he said. You know what I mean?
But on the other hand, even though you said it privately,
it's wrong.
Yeah, like you said it. So I don't know how people are gonna feel like you got him back in WWE. Who, like, what black? Even though if you could be the biggest Hulk Hogan fan as an African American person, if like, why would I go to your table? Why would I give Hulk Hogan money to get an autograph? And I know he's like dirty nigger fucking my wife. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I'm sorry for laughing. It's the way Americans said it. I'm not racist, anything like that. I just don't like the fact I was never really a Hulk Hogan fan to begin with. And to bring back somebody that's, to me, I'm sorry to say this is not a knock on any Hulk Hogan fan. He's not relevant in 2018. I'm sorry, he's not relevant. Like, so let me get this straight. Okay. We're rewarding bad behavior. That's what we're doing in this, honestly, rewarding bad behavior. I'm not going to bring up another topic. We could talk about other things that, that N-word has been said before, like Roseanne. And we're kind of rewarding that situation in a way. And I think what Hulk Hogan say, I know it's been time, but he's not relevant to me. I'm sorry. My opinion is he's not relevant. He's never been relevant. You know what I mean? To me, I don't know. I'm weird. He's not relevant in 2018 to me. Like, what is the draw to Hulk Hogan? What's the draw?
I guess from back in the day, like he used to, he was the man back in the day. So is that nostalgia feel? It's like, oh my God, Hulk Hogan is here for like nostalgia. He's here to like tell guys he used to be the champion and save brother and all.
I guess during the Extreme pay-per-view, he gave a speech, a rah-rah speech that he's been cleansed and he's learned his lessons and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, you just don't get cleansed for saying the word, you don't. You're still going to act this. I'm sorry, but you still act the same way. You know what I mean? When you say it, you say it. And I guess I'm from what I read online when the situation happened, it's not the first time he's used that word before. He used to use it all the time when he was in WCW, when he was in WWE at the back in the day. He used to use it constantly. So I guess it was a free word to use back in the day. I don't condone the word, and I don't think anybody should be saying that in the vocabulary. And for me, Hulk Hogan, he's not a draw anymore. Why? And here's my question to you, American. Would you agree with me here? Are we going to give him another? Are we going to give him another introduction to the Hall of Fame after he's already been in the Hall of Fame?
But it would allow him to like show up on things like Raw, induct people into the Hall of Fame, and basically make money from the WWE through merchandise sales and DVD sales. Now they can release a Hogan box set, Hogan unreleased.
Why not Ric Flair? Why not Ric Flair that's been like going through so much crap with his body and his health? Why not that?
I think they'll probably release that, like his older stuff, but the ESPN special pretty much covered the whole thing.
Well, to me, here's my thing. Hulk Hogan, I don't know why we're bringing him back. To me, he's not relevant. What is he relevant? Like, what has he done? I mean, I'm sorry. I know I seemed really like mean, but I was glad he was gone. I was glad he was gone. You know what I mean? I didn't. Do you get excited when you see him on television? Does this make ratings go up? No, it don't. To me, it's irrelevant. He's irrelevant. I'm sorry. He should just go on and retire. You know what I mean? I'd rather see ever. He had his time in the sun in the 80s and 90s. I'd rather see more people get more spotlight than him. I feel like from my era of time, the 90s when I grew up, I feel like he gets more of a spotlight than any other wrestler from that time frame. Like there was like Sabu, a pioneer. Why not what's his name? That was with him in the ECW. The one that got beat up all the time and fell through tables and whatnot. What's his name? That was Sandman or what's the other one that gets beat up all the time that helped he's friends with Mick Foley. Terry Funk, yeah. Like, why don't we have those guys on television over Hulk Hogan? Because they were more influential for the industry.
I want to say Hogan. I can't downplay his impact on wrestling. Like Hulk Hogan was the man. Like when you say Cena was the man, Roman's the man. No, Hogan was. He had television shows. He had movies.
Yeah.
He basically, Andre the Giant had the keys to wrestling, and he said, "I'm about to die, Hogan. I'm handing it all to you, bro. You're gonna slam me at WrestleMania, and you're gonna become a megastar." And when he slammed Andre,
what's your feeling? What's your feeling on it? I know I've been talking way too much. What's your feeling on him being reinstated? I know you are kind of partial. I kind of got that vibe that you were kind of like happy but not happy.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him on television, but just for a little bit. And it's not like I'm going to be like, or I get Hulk Hogan's autograph, because Hulk Hogan, you pretty much show your colors like to a lot of black people who like wrestling. Like, oh, Hulk Hogan thinks I'm a dirty nigga. I obviously I can't support anything he does, but yeah, looking at him from afar in the wrestling ring, whatever. Okay, not whatever. I'm just a face in the crowd, but like I said, going to see him and trying to get an autograph, nah, I'm not gonna put any money in Hogan's pocket that way. If I'm gonna put money in,
I agree. I agree with you there. I agree. I don't know. I wasn't in the 80s when Hulk Hogan was big. I was towards when he started the NWO thing. I was like 5 years old. I'm gonna be 27 this year, so it's like I wasn't around when Hulk Hogan. I was around when Hulk Hogan was kind of way past his prime, and he was doing the American Hogan thing on SmackDown and the Ruthless Aggression era kind of deal. Mr. America, Stephanie McMahon saving her. When Stephanie McMahon was in between having kids,
bro.
The time.
You miss Hogan at the height of his hilarious.
Well, no, I saw Hogan when my history of Hogan is I remember the WCW when it was starting to become gimmicky, kind of falling apart before the Nitro thing started and the NWO started, the Outsiders. So I do remember a lot of Hogan after that, the Hulkamaniacs and things like that. But
when Hogan was in NWO, he was so good of a heel.
Yeah,
the old lady took a swing at his ass.
The best feud, the best one when Stinger and him go at each other, or Flair would go at NWO was great. Those little moments. And then I used to love when Hogan would start speaking on the mic, "You people, you're the reason," and they would throw crap at him, like literally like crap, like cups, things like that. It made it really interesting. But Hogan being reinstated, honestly, I think it was in the works. This has been in the works for months. Vince has been talking about reinstating him for quite a while. They've been friends talking on the phone for quite a while. For what I was reading online, it was bound to happen, and they were trying to pick the right time to do it. Now, are people going to be upset with this? I don't know. Going forward, is this really a good thing or a bad thing? Some people are going to take it as a bad thing. For me, I really just honestly, I don't really care. This is not helping Raw and SmackDown with their viewership. I mean,
they did this right after the guy from Papa John's said what he said. They're like, "Look at the guy at Papa John's." Hogan reinstated, by the way. Papa John's, Papa John's.
That guy, what world? I say that about him. What world, dude? You say that on a telephone call. Like, are you just stupid?
You sell like
You are making millions of dollars. How do you say that?
All they have to do is say like, "Hey, I sell pizza. Oh, NFL players are kneeling because of police brutality. Buy more pizza, 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 pizza." That's all they have to do. Hey, what about NFL? What about NFL players and brutality and President Trump? Pizza. That's all they have to do. How you feel about pizza?
It's funny is he tried to talk about Colonel Sanders. Does he realize that was done like decades ago? Like
Sanders is dead. Like he's already passed on.
Like seriously, like I'm sorry, but this kind of falls in with Hulk Hogan. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, like you're being recorded and you're saying this kind of stuff. How dumb can you be? You're making millions. Like, come on. Like, you shoot yourself in the foot. Like, no one should say that word at all to anybody online or anything like that. And I don't condone that kind of crap. To any color or anything like that. And Hulk Hogan knows better. And I hope out of this he learned his lesson, and I hope he doesn't slip up and say it again. I just really hope. And Hulk Hogan, I know I am to the Velveteen Dream. I know Velveteen Dream's happy him being reinstated. If you haven't seen it, he wants Hulk Hogan to be his manager in NXT, and I kind of see it kind of in a way. Not just the whole thing he said, that word, but Velveteen Dream's been doing the Hulk Hogan stuff, and they told him to tune it down because I guess what I was reading, they higher ups said it was too soon to pull that kind of stuff. The whole running your ear like this, like Hulk Hogan does, and the whole hulking up and doing the whole thing. They didn't want Velveteen Dream got reprimanded for doing all that during Takeover, if you remember. They reprimanded him because it was the Hulk Hogan thing. They didn't want him doing it. Higher ups did not want him doing that because it was too soon.
Velveteen,
Velveteen's a fan. He was like, I don't care what Hulk Hogan does. I just want him to be my manager. I wanna. Velveteen seems excited about it. I could see it work. But I don't know. Velveteen's an interesting character. I like Velveteen. I always have. I like the whole thing about him.
Work, but only if Hogan cut batshit crazy promos at 100 miles per hour talking about how great Velveteen is.
That would work. That would work, dude. Seriously, it would.
You see here. So backstage reporter lady.
Velveteen. Let me take the mic. Velveteen, you just stand back. Let me talk. Let me just talk. All you Velveteen Dream guys out there, you kids take your vitamins. I could totally see Velveteen Dream and Hulk Hogan hooking up one day for being a manager. Will it really happen? No, but it would be fun in all theory. I'm gonna say just take what he said out of the equation. I know he's gonna get shit if he does do that kind of stuff with Velveteen, but take it out of the equation. It would be a pretty good pairing. Honestly, like Hulk Hogan could pass the torch down to him for doing the hulking up and the, take your vitamins, kids. I could totally see Velveteen Dream kind of becoming like Hulk Hogan, African American version of Hulk Hogan. Sorry, I hope I wasn't being wrong for what I just said there. My bad.
It's just when he had to get to main roster creative to see how they book him and if they book him correctly.
Well, Velveteen right now, they're kind of making him out to be kind of like a Prince kind of character, like the Prince the singer kind of deal when he comes out in the ring, like the Purple Rain kind of deal, which I kind of like. I just want him to say Purple Rain. It's like sing Purple Rain in the ring.
It's his finisher name, Purple Rain. The Purple Rain maker drop, elbow drop.
Dude, yeah, that would be pretty cool. Like, I like that. What else? I have nothing more to add to this Hulk Hogan thing except like Hulk Hogan to me, it's a feel good story to some people, but for me, it's not. And it's not like making me want to go get merchandise from him or go to his website to buy. He sells like titles.
What?
Like he makes titles, yeah. Like he owns a place that makes titles that is like He manufactures. He has his own like shirts and stuff that you can buy. Like he sells like WWE stuff. Yeah, he does. Like wrestling shirts and stuff, like pro wrestling tees kind of deal. If you didn't know this, he does. He makes replica titles and whatnot. Like you pay hundreds of dollars for titles. Yeah, he does. He's been doing that for quite a while to make revenue.
Oh, that's right. It did take Hulk Hogan off of pro wrestling tees. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so he made his own little thing where he makes replica titles and like you can pay him like hundreds of dollars, you know, for shirts and titles and stuff. I guess that's how he's been making his money. And I guess he lost a restaurant and all that time and then opened up a new one all in that time. And then he did something recently with Ric Flair at the MGM Grand. Before Ric Flair, before Ric Flair had his third surgery, I think it is now at this point. I just feel bad for Ric Flair. I just really hope Ric Flair gets his health together and comes back stronger.
Yeah, hopefully have a feel good story with Charlotte or whatever, or just return in general.
Well, I didn't know Charlotte had breast implants either, so I didn't know that's why she was out for so long. Why she's been out for so long. One of her breast implants during a move against Alexa Bliss, I think it was on was it? No, it was a move that she did against Carmella or something like that, and ruptured her breast implant, I guess, and it was leaking into her body, I guess, the silicone. So I guess they had to go clean it out and have emergency surgery, I guess. So she's gonna be out of wrestling for a couple months because of it.
Ew, disgusting.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be graphic.
Well, with that being said, it's 2:00 where I'm at, and I'm gonna get out of here and get some sleep.
All right, man. Thank you guys for stopping in. I appreciate everybody.
And tomorrow we'll try to do day 3 or the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, whichever one you want to feel like doing. Tech.
Or we could do both.
Yeah, we can.
We just got to do reviews earlier, so you're not sleeping.
Fact.
And kind of need to get on board on not going to bed late and then like sleeping until like 4 p.m.
Well, I'm gonna get out of here.
All right, man. Thank you guys for watching.
You motherfucker gonna grab a sheet and wrap himself. You motherfucker, goddamn. You motherfucker gonna wrap himself up in the sheet. Like he grabbed the sheet off of my bed.
His cat, his dog or his cat needs to look at this. I'm telling you, his cat should be renamed Red Shoes in honor of New Japan's referee.
It might happen.
All right, American. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Hey, thanks for coming, guys, and comments and everything else in the description or comments. Anyway, catch you guys later. Peace out.
Peace out, American.